Have you ever wondered about Operation Copper Dune and its significance in the fight against terrorism? Today, we're peeling back the curtain on this pivotal military operation carried out by the United States. It was a mission with a clear-cut objective: to combat the menacing Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, often abbreviated as AQAP, and other terrorist factions lurking within Yemen. So buckle up, we're about to start on a journey into the heart of Operation Copper Dune. Stay tuned as we dive into the chronicles of Operation Copper Dune. Operation Copper Dune, a codename that marked a significant military endeavour. The codename may sound cryptic, but it holds a weighty purpose. It was the banner under which the United States conducted operations directly and in support of the Yemeni government. But against whom, you may ask? The focus was the Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, or AQAP, a terrorist organisation posing a significant threat not just to Yemen, but to the world at large. The central goal of Operation Copper Dune was to neutralise this looming threat. It aimed to prevent AQAP from carrying out further acts of terror. This was not just a campaign against a specific group, but a campaign against terror itself, with the broader objective of ensuring peace and stability in the region. Now that we understand the purpose, let's take a look at the timeline and targets of this operation. Every operation has its timeline and targets, and Operation Copper Dune is no exception. Let's turn back the clock to December 2009. The US Department of State made a significant move. They designated Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, or AQAP, as a terrorist organization. This marked the beginning of Operation Copper Dune, a complex military endeavor that was about to unfold in the heart of Yemen. But an operation of this magnitude is not a blind attack. It requires precise targets, and in this case 3 individuals were singled out. Among them was a man named Mohammed Saleh al-Anburi, better known as Al-Kazimi. Accused of planning attacks against Spanish tourists and the US Embassy in Yemen, Al-Kazimi became a high-priority target. Now you might be wondering, how did the US plan to carry out these targeted strikes? The answer lies with the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA. It's reported that the CIA had been conducting strikes in Yemen using unmanned aerial vehicles, more commonly known as drones, as early as 2002. These drone strikes became a crucial part of Operation Copper Dune's strategy, allowing the US to target specific individuals from a distance, minimizing the risk to American forces. It's important to remember that this operation was not a one-off event. It was part of a broader strategy to neutralize AQAP's threat and prevent terrorist activities in the region. And while it began with the designation of AQAP as a terrorist organization in 2009, the operation's roots can be traced back to earlier CIA interventions. So there we have it, the timeline and targets of Operation Copper Dune. A strategic military operation that began with a political act, leading to targeted strikes against key individuals. A clear demonstration of how military operations are not random acts of aggression, but carefully planned and executed maneuvers designed to neutralize specific threats. As we can see, the operation had clear targets from the very beginning. But what was the role of the USS Cole in all of this? The USS Cole, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, played a pivotal role during Operation Copper Dune. Its mission: to stand sentinel over the turbulent waters off the coast of Yemen, safeguarding these crucial maritime routes from the Houthi militia, who were known to have ties to Iran. The USS Cole was no ordinary vessel. It had a history, a narrative that was both tragic and inspiring. You see, this ship had been the target of a devastating Al-Qaeda attack back in the year 2000, while it was docked in the port of Aden, Yemen. 17 brave souls, US Navy sailors, lost their lives in that attack. But the USS Cole was not defeated. It was repaired, refitted and returned to active service, embodying the resilience and fortitude of the US Navy. During Operation Copper Dune, the USS Cole was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of defiance against those who sought to spread terror and chaos. It stood as a beacon of resolve, a testament to the unyielding spirit of those who served aboard her and the determination of a nation to combat terrorism. The USS Cole's main role was to patrol the waters off Yemen. It was a constant presence, a watchful eye over these critical sea lanes. Its advanced anti-surface and anti-air defense capabilities provided a robust shield against potential threats. This was no easy task, given the volatile political climate and simmering tensions in the region. But the USS Cole carried out its mission with unwavering dedication. It's worth noting that the deployment of the USS Cole wasn't just about military might. It was also a strategic move, designed to send a clear message to the Houthi militia and other adversarial forces. The message was simple. The United States would not stand by while terrorism threatened peace and stability in the region. The USS Cole was not only a vessel, but a symbol of resilience. But who coordinated and executed this operation? The coordination and execution of Operation Copper Dune involved a complex web of commands and units. This web of commands spun across continents, from the deserts of Yemen to the shores of Djibouti. It's unclear which command took the lead in Operation Copper Dune. However, it's likely that it involved coordination with either the Combined Joint Task Force, Horn of Africa, CJTF-HOA, situated in Djibouti, or the Special Operations Command, Forward Yemen within Yemen, or perhaps even both. The CJTF-HOA is a critical component of the US military's task forces in Africa. It's responsible for operations in the East Africa region, including Yemen, and its role is to strengthen defense capabilities, deter aggression, and respond to crises in the region. In the context of Operation Copper Dune, the CJTF-HOA could have provided strategic direction, logistical support, and perhaps even manpower. On the other hand, the Special Operations Command, Forward Yemen, directly inside the country, could have been involved in the ground operations. This command is designed to conduct and support special operations in specific regions. It's a lean and agile force, capable of responding quickly to evolving situations, making it an ideal candidate for a complex operation like Copper Dune. Now, let's not forget about the Special Operations Command Central, or SOCCENT. Elements of SOCCENT had been conducting joint combined exchange training functions in Yemen since at least 2004. This training aimed to improve military-to-military relationships, increase understanding of the operational environment, and enhance the interoperability of forces. In Operation Copper Dune, SOCCENT's role could have involved providing specialized training, intelligence, and perhaps even direct action capabilities. In conclusion, Operation Copper Dune was not a simple military operation. It likely involved multiple units, commands, and a myriad of moving parts, all working together towards a common goal: to neutralize the threat of AQAP and ensure the stability of Yemen and the region. Operation Copper Dune was a complex endeavor, reflecting on modern warfare. To sum it up, Operation Copper Dune was a multifaceted campaign against terrorism. As we've uncovered, this mission served as a code name for US military operations in direct support of Yemen's government against Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, or AQAP. The endeavor aimed to neutralize the threat posed by AQAP and to prevent terrorist activities in the region. The timeline of this operation is noteworthy. It kicked off following the US Department of State's designation of AQAP as a terrorist organization in December 2009. The initial targets included 3 specific individuals, one of them being Mohammed Saleh al-Anbouri, or al-Kazimi, who was accused of planning attacks on Spanish tourists and the US Embassy in Yemen. It's worth mentioning that the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, had reportedly been conducting drone strikes in Yemen since as early as 2002. Now, let's not forget the deployment of the USS Cole, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. It was strategically positioned off the coast of Yemen to protect waterways from Houthi militia aligned with Iran. This ship has a significant historical backdrop, as it was the target of an AQ attack in the port of Aden, Yemen, in 2000, which tragically resulted in the loss of 17 US Navy sailors. While on patrol in Yemeni waters during Operation Copper Dune, the USS Cole provided anti-surface and anti-air defense capabilities, and finally, the coordination and execution of Operation Copper Dune. It's unclear which command held the reins, but it likely involved collaboration with either the Combined Joint Task Force, Horn of Africa and Djibouti, or the Special Operations Command within Yemen itself, or possibly both. We also know that elements of the Special Operations Command Central had been conducting joint combined exchange training functions in Yemen since at least 2004. In essence, Operation Copper Dune was a complex and significant military endeavor, a testament to the intricate international efforts against terrorism. It involved careful planning, strategic partnerships, and a persistent commitment to neutralize threats and maintain security in the region. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the chronicles of Operation Copper Dune. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.